RHAP has a podcast live! And now, here's podcasting's ultimate water boy, Rob Cesternino! Yes, how's it going, everybody? Can you believe it? New York City, we're back, baby! I'm so thrilled. I thought that this was such a great episode of Survivor. We've got a great all-time record attendance here for the live show. Let everybody know you're here, okay? I love that episode. I thought it was really, really fun. I love the 90 minutes. We had so many fun moments, and we have a lot of great people here to talk with us tonight about everything. So let's get it underway, okay? I am very excited. Let's bring up the first person we're going to talk to tonight. Of course, you got to know her in season 44 of Survivor. Frannie Marin is here. Yes! Frannie, come sit down. Frannie, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm like kind of still overcome with what I laughed, I cried, I screamed, so I'm like coming down off of that, but I'm great.
I hear you. I thought this was such a cool episode, and for Brandon, what can you say about Brandon? A great story for him.
Incredible. Brandon is the fan in all of us. You watch him and you watch him smiling and you just know that, like, that's that feeling of being like, what the hell am I doing on this show that I love? Like, every moment that Brandon is there, we all look inside ourselves and say, that's me, a fan on the show. So I'm so proud of him. I think he did such a wonderful job.
Yeah. And I totally can empathize with him because I felt like going out to Survivor, and it was, quite some time ago when I first went on Survivor. But I felt like that, if I just go there and no matter what happens, like, I got on Survivor, like, this is it.
Oh yeah, I was like, just put me on the boat, give me 5 minutes, and then I can leave. Like, I'm good. All you want to do is be there, truly. And like anything on top of that, you're so lucky to have. So yeah, I think he did wonderful.
Now, let's just talk about, like, was this even a decision for the Lulu tribe?
I think this is a really, really interesting decision for the Lulu tribe. And I would love to think about this from the perspective of all the different people, because I think that it's kind of a different decision for Caleb and for Sean and for Izyah. I think for Caleb, I think this is a wonderful decision, right? Especially after what we just saw, it seems like he kind of has Emily in his corner now. So I feel like he made a really good move by keeping her around, and he's doing a lot to cultivate that relationship. But I don't know if that's such a good move for Sean and Izyah. I don't know.
It seemed like Izyah needed to be talked into it.
Yeah.
Sean and Caleb, they felt like, okay, well, obviously this is a no-brainer. And Izyah was a little, what is it?
I don't know. It's hard because, so Emily's in this really interesting position where she comes on so strong. By the way, love Emily. Like, come on. She's the person. She goes out there and she says the thing that everybody's thinking. The thing that you never think somebody's going to say, she said it. And that's wonderful. Like, that makes for great TV. But she's in this weird position where, she kind of has her tail between her legs, and that can actually make for a wonderful alliance member. If you have somebody who comes out really strong, kind of gets knocked on the head a little bit, and then now has to come back and beg for forgiveness, that might be a really great alliance member going forward. So
yeah, she made such an interesting pivot in this episode based off of the first episode where she really seemed like, okay, like, look, that Caleb and Izyah, we're not going to break them up, guys. Everybody come, let's go. And then in this episode, she seemingly, she got saved by the Hannah thing last week. And then she really, went back and said, okay, I'm just going to go with a completely new game plan. And it worked.
Yeah, it worked. And just something I want to say, so that moment we see with Emily and Caleb, right, where Caleb's kind of saying, like, I'm going to coach Emily a little bit. I'm going to, help her be better and be a better alliance member going forward. Excellent strategic play by Caleb, right? He's doing really well socially. But I don't want to undermine how good of a social move that is for Emily as well. She's also showing up in that conversation, and she's not fighting Caleb. She's saying, you're right, I need to learn from you, I will be better. The excellent social moves for both of them right there. So I'm curious to see how they move forward.
Okay, so we don't have Steven here tonight, so I was going to ask you to give out the Franny for tonight.
The Franny!
And so, did you feel like that it was if you had to give an MVP for this episode, is it to Emily for turning it around or for Caleb for bringing her in?
I feel like, somebody's got an opinion in the crowd. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with this episode, I don't know. I feel like it's Caleb. It's tight, but I feel like it's Caleb here because think about it. Yeah, Caleb! Think about it. He could have come off of that previous tribal where he did kind of get put on the spot by Emily. He could have come off of that and been so pissed at her and been like, I don't want to talk to you.
She was gunning for him.
Yes, but instead, he put his pride to the side and said, no, I can do something with this girl. We can make something happen. And I think that that's really good gameplay on his part. It's the forgiveness. It's huge because so many people in Survivor, something goes wrong and you're like, I don't want to work with that person anymore. Are you kidding me? And then that can hurt you. You have to be open to everyone, always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's also like a double-edged sword, right? Because you can be too forgiving of a person. It's like she did say his name.
True.
This could be a story where Caleb brings her in, and then eventually Emily writes his name down again at some point.
Emily has a smile on her face and a dagger behind her back. Does she have that now? I don't know. I'm curious to see what she does with it moving forward.
I'd love to just go back to Brandon a little bit and just his whole arc on the show, because I think that this was a night where, he got to have his shot at the puzzles. And we saw tonight, new puzzles.
New puzzles.
New puzzles.
Thank you, Carson.
How about new
Garrett.
puzzles,
Thank you,
right?
Carson. Yeah. New puzzles are excellent on Survivor. We love to see it.
Yeah, and for Brandon, it was a very human moment of I thought I was good at the puzzles.
Oh my God. And I'll tell you, these puzzles, I thought I was good at the puzzles. The 2 puzzles I did, I stood there and I stared at it. My brain has never been emptier. Never in my entire life. So I don't blame Brandon one bit. Sometimes you look at those and you're like, I've got to do this now? I got to put pieces in there? So I empathize with him completely on that because those are hard and under the pressure, it's terrifying.
I'm loving your energy so much right now on this. You're so good. You're so good.
I'm so happy to be here.
Isn't it? This is great. And look, when Franny is a big deal, okay? She knows people, okay? Do you know she knows Kane?
Did you know he's Canadian? Okay.
Okay, she knows famous people, okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't name drop.
I don't name drop. I'll name drop Kane. Yeah.
Yes.
That was so funny from Bruce. I love the Bruce is about to name drop. I'm like, who's he named? Does he know Beyonce? What? And then Kane Fritzler. Everyone's like, you know Kane? No way. Oh my God. Yeah. That was so
He's
good.
a really cool guy.
Kane is wonderful, but it's just not. It's not who I was expecting. But I loved it.
Is there a tug of war between Survivor 44 and Survivor 45 over custody of Bruce?
Oh, that's a very interesting
we knew him
question.
first.
That's a very interesting question.
Yeah.
I think there is. It's a little it's like you're watching your child go off to school, make new friends. I don't have a child. I don't know why. I don't know what that's like at all. From what I've heard, it's like watching your child. It's weird because we're all so excited for Bruce, right? It hurt us so much to watch what happened to him in 44. It was traumatic for Bruce. He bonked his head. It was traumatic for me. I was unscathed. That was terrifying. And so we're just so proud of him to watch him go out there and actually get to play this game. It's so amazing. But then sometimes he does things that you're like, Bruce, you gotta stop doing that. Yeah.
Franny, I want to bring in somebody that you know well from Survivor 44 to help get the perspective on everything. Let's talk to Heidi. The robot. Yes. Heidi, how are you? Here, grab one of these microphones.
It is on.
Yes.
Hello.
All right, okay, now I have 2 people who were there with Claire.
Yes.
And tonight we found out Claire is once again a game changer. They changed the sit-out rule.
Love that.
Incredible.
So Claire changed it, and clearly Carson did too, right?
Yes, and
the
Carson
puzzles
they changed
and
the
the
puzzle.
sit-out. I love that.
Yeah.
Jeff was taking notes during 44. He's like, we can't let this happen again.
Yes.
Please, anything.
Yeah. What do you think about the sit-out rule?
I love it. I really do. Just because, I don't know, like, we love Claire, right? But I think it put her game in jeopardy for doing that. So it's like, let's just have a fair plane. Everyone has to do it, no matter what. And she could have been great, but we just didn't see it, right?
And that's the thing, and I don't want to put words in her mouth, but like Claire wanted to compete. We're all out there. We want to do the cool thing. You want to grab the mallet and like smash the thing. Who doesn't want to do that? So I think that if this rule had been in place, she would have gotten a chance to do
Yes. It could have changed her game.
No, I have mixed opinions on it because I feel like that. Let's say that you had some, and I don't want to like single Claire out, but let's say there's somebody who was like a actual zero in the challenges, and we didn't really even get to see like how Claire is in the challenges. If somebody was an actual zero, now they have to compete every time, and so or they're you can't hide them, and so their game is gonna be in more jeopardy because they're actually very bad at the challenges.
But I love that. I love
Heidi
that.
says, I want to see people fail in the challenge.
Yes, I do. I really do. I mean, the challenges was one of my favorite things of the whole show. It still is. So to me, it's like, even if you don't like it, do it. Like the last gasp for us, and I'm sorry for bringing 44 because we're here for about
How
45.
dare you.
But
How
the last
dare.
gasp is one of those where you're like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then we did it, and it's like, I will do it again, and I would drown because I didn't know it was just me and Jam Jam, right? So yeah, I think like you got to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations in the challenges.
You know, I thought that this tribal council, Jeff had said, like, it's not often where we have a situation where it's like heads up, two people. It's either you or you. And it reminded me of the tribal council that you were spectators, you less so, Heidi, of the when Jam Jam and ultimately when
Don't bring me back there. Don't do it.
When Matt went out.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
And it was interesting that you don't often get that where two people are like making their case of why I should be the person to stay.
It's kind of uncomfortable to watch. It's like it's really anxiety inducing because you're watching these people in tribal council reckon with the fact that their dream may be about to end.
They did it nicely in a way that like they were not backstabbing each other kind of thing, right? Like Emily didn't like really backstab against Brandon. He's horrible, send him home, right? Or he didn't really do it to her that bad. So I feel like they did it kind of nicely to each other. So shout out to them and Emily. I mean, you talked already about Emily, and I'm dying to talk about Emily because I think she's fantastic.
Yeah.
The turnaround between episode 1 and episode 2, it's like, oh my gosh, she's getting it. Yes.
Can you speak a little bit to the decision about that ultimately they had to make of like, okay, we have loyalty in Brandon.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere, but he's not helping us in the challenges versus Emily, who really had a great episode as well in the challenge, was really, really strong. But ultimately, like, we don't know where she stands. She's good now, but will she flip on us later?
This feels like Josh and Claire. Are you having flashbacks? It feels like a similar situation that we had in our first vote.
Yes, but this is Survivor, so if you make it one tribal council, you have like new life, right? So anything could happen. So I do think she did a great job, and that's why she survived. I'm so sad to see Brandon go because we love him, right? It's so sad. It's like I wish I could have like 3 more weeks at least of him. So I'm sorry that happened, but it's the game. It's kind of hard, and they're both so lovely. So it was awesome to see them in the game for sure.
Is playing in the new era like any different part of that where you make that decision differently because of like, okay, it's small tribes and we ultimately are going to potentially just get wiped out? Like
That's what I'm thinking. You are not expecting a swap. So you're looking around and you're like, I'm stuck with these people. It changes your arithmetic a little bit.
And not only that, we saw how Sabaya found that hidden thing inside.
Oh,
like they
the
need
candle?
fire. Oh my God, that was pretty brilliant from production. Let me say it, right?
yeah.
It's like they have no fire. Let's give them this, and then they're gonna have to struggle with.
Okay, but I think that's a great question. Of okay, now I would think that production does not do that. That's not how they don't give an idol in wax to a tribe that they know has no flint and can't make a fire. I don't think that's how it works.
Well, but it
I
worked.
hope it is.
But
I hope it is.
But it worked beautifully, right? Even
It
if they
did.
didn't intend it that way, it's like, of course they were the ones getting that one.
Right. It was like it was like a Twilight Zone moment of like that the one thing we don't have is a fire to get this idol.
Now, I must
You
say,
all the time in the world.
I must say, Rob, I love that at least I saw someone trying making fire with the glasses. Because last
Brandon.
week I was like, they didn't show it. Like, at least try, right? So they gave us a quick snippet of them trying to make fire without the flint.
We got so many questions from the listeners. So everybody that's here, they sent in questions. We got so many questions of, could Sabaya have gone to tribal council and melted the idol
Oh my God.
at the tribal council with the
Yes.
torch in the fire?
That crossed my mind. Did it cross your mind? It's like, just hide a little bit, walk around, and then all of a sudden do it. But I'm pretty sure that may be against the rule.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure.
Could you imagine? She just sits down, pulls it out of her bag, and throws it in the fire. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm coming back for that
Yeah.
later.
She's like
No,
toasting marshmallows out there.
Or just putting it in her torch, right? Like, you just, every person has a torch. It's like, all of a sudden there, I'll get it at the end because I know I'm not going home. Mm-hmm. That would be epic. Let's say it. That would be amazing.
That would be really fun. I like the whole way that the idol was hidden. Like, I thought that was all like really, really fun.
That was
And
awesome.
I just feel like that, sometimes, like, I don't want to say that podcasters can be negative, but like, I want to say that I really love how they've been using the 90 minutes so far. And we got to see so many fun moments. And so I was just really, really happy.
And can we talk a quick second? Everyone telling everything, right? We saw Drew telling people. We saw
Yes.
Austin telling people. I was like, don't tell anybody.
That was so
But
interesting.
I get why they're doing it. It was just interesting to see, like, everyone spill the beans, like, in this episode. So it was interesting to see it.
I kind of loved it. I thought it made sense for both Brandon and Drew because Drew has said that he, knows that he's going to be perceived as a sneaky fella, so he wants to have this like loyalty forward appearance. And I feel like coming in and laying it all out there and saying exactly what happened, that's a great way to put your like loyalty foot forward. And then for Brandon, if he feels like
It's gonna bite him, I think. And I don't know the outcome. I think it will come back to him, but that's Heidi speculating. I have no idea.
wait, that's what we want. We want Heidi speculating.
We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's see what happens when we bring some more people.
Yes, do it.
Okay, I want to bring up some of my friends from Survivor 43.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Let's talk about Carla and Jesse. How are you? What's up? All right, Carla, Jesse. Okay. All right.
She stole my seat.
It's musical chairs. Okay. All right. How are you both doing?
I have a little bit of heartburn.
Yes? Yes, okay.
Hello. I have a little bit of heartburn, but it might also be heartbreak.
Oh.
He was so ready for that one.
Oh, yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
I think you're going to say, I have heartburn and I'm going to play my shot in the dark tonight. So I wanted to talk to both of you. You both had the chance in your season to go on the journey. And you went to go to, as we call it, the Shipwheel Island. And tonight, they changed things up. And I thought this was interesting, where we've seen like an evolution in the new era of the Shipwheel Island. Now, again, small sample size. It's only been 4 seasons of the new era. But it started off, it was, okay, are you going to risk your vote? Are you going to turn the wheel? Then last season, it was like, okay, randomly stick your hand in the bag. And then, that happens. And then...
We don't love that.
But now tonight, we have a little bit of, okay, you're going to do a challenge. And I thought that this was interesting, and I thought this was a step in the right direction. What do you both think as people who have gone on this trek?
Well, once again, I think I was in a very good position. And it's an incentive, right? A challenge. I could beat it. Could I not? I'm going to do it. So I can see why production. I love it. Would I have still risked it? No, because I was sitting comfortable,
It was interesting when we got all 3 different outcomes. We got Bruce, who didn't do it. We got Drew, who did it and got it. And Brandon, who did it and didn't get it.
Look, as a noted challenge beast, I
Yes.
am not a fan of any more challenges, okay? That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Would you have, I know you played when you went. Would you have done this puzzle?
I would have tried and failed.
Okay. I thought it was tough also. Like, I got the sense that I feel like that, 3 minutes? This was not a gimme. This isn't like one of those get back in the Big Brother house in 3-minute challenges. Yeah. This was, I think they wanted to see somebody fail. Sorry. Yeah. But I thought this was good, and you know what? I thought it was better than the risk your vote, turn the wheel. It was too confusing. Then pick your hand out of the bag. I think it was just random, and that's not fun. But this was, I thought, a good use of the time.
Yeah, I actually liked when I went on my journey with Dwight and Gabler because I was able to listen to their reasoning, or it could have been a lie, right? It could have been the truth, but at least I was able to go back and be like, this is what I can get, this is the information I can get from folks, instead of never knowing what the truth is, because you're in your own private booth, or whatever, station.
Jesse, is it bothering you this one tribe can't make the fire?
It hurts me.
You got me.
You got me.
Low blow, Rob.
Hey, I will say,
Yeah.
we all love Emily,
Yes.
right? Right. I just want to say, as a representative for season 43, we take full credit for entertainment you get from Emily.
Yes. Yeah, well, because Emily, that the legend is that Emily applied for Survivor
After season 43.
After somebody won your season.
After the finale. Yes, so I'm very excited that we got to
Yeah, you got her to get up off the couch and then apply. So yeah, you guys get credit.
I think we should be invited to the reunion if they have one.
Yes, should.
She saw
should
me lose
co-host
fire and she was like, I'm going to apply.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Franny, what did you think about the new way that they're doing the journey this season?
I think it's interesting because, so it's similar to last season. It's so interesting to me that the what they read on the little piece of paper, and the three of them show up, it feels kind of menacing to me. It's like, you better get to know each other or else, because this might come in handy later. But it's so funny to me that they have this moment where they're supposed to get to know each other, but then the little challenge thing has nothing to do with each other. So I kind of liked the earliest iteration where there was actually a point to speaking to the other people that you're on the journey with. And
Can you trust them? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because that makes it a social thing. But what I did like about this, as opposed to the freaking grab bag where you're just like, okay, whatever I get, I like that you are in some way relying on yourself. You have to make a decision based on if you think you can do this, and that's an interesting choice. It's so much more interesting than just reaching your hand into a bag. But I'm curious what people think about the different approaches that Bruce and Drew and Brandon had to talking about their tribes, because it seemed like Bruce was very closed off, didn't really say a lot. Brandon was like, I'm just going to tell you everything. I might as well. I don't know. It's different.
I think it's risky because Bruce did that, but then you still have to go back and tell people your story, whatever you decide you're going to tell people. So you're still in a little bit in a pickle, I didn't risk it, but people are going to question it, right?
Well, and also, and in terms of people talking to each other like those three, I don't know if you remember, when Matt came back from his journey on our season, he told us immediately, he was like, Sarah Wade and Lauren are playing the game hard. He was like, they didn't tell us anything. So I felt wary of those two because he told us that they were very closed off. So I'm worried that same sort of thing could happen to Bruce.
Yeah, Karla, did you have that experience with when you went in the first episode?
It's hard, right? I feel like I love the truth, but I also love a good lie. And if you can lie to people and they believe that shit, you feel the power. So I'm a big advocate for lying on the show. Because you can play with it, but there's aspects of the truth that you want to tell. It depends on the vibe, right? I thought of Dwight as such a powerful person out there, but I wasn't gonna be he's the next threat, because I want to keep my avenues open. But a good lie is a good lie. I don't lie.
Truthfully, are we friends?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She didn't answer.
See, that's the hard part, though, right?
Yeah.
With
So-
because he lied to my ass too. So
I wanted to get your perspective on, we saw a little bit of what was going on at the Belo tribe. That's the blue tribe. And it seemed like that there's a couple different things going on. There's an all-women's thing. And then there's a couple of, there's Bruce and Jake, that they have a thing. And then we saw Bruce and Kelly. But it seems
And
like...
the buff, and the buff.
Yes.
Right, Brando?
Oh, Brando with the snatched waist and the buff. It was so good.
Yeah. We got where it seemed like, though, that it's Kelly and Brando in the middle between two sides. Jesse, do you have a sense of, like, which side is the better way for them to go?
Who's on each side? I forgot.
Okay, so... We
have a whiteboard. Can we get like a...
There was Kendra and Katora, and then on the other side was Bruce and Jake. And so really it seems like that Brando and Kelly are in the middle and they could decide to go either way.
Well, Bruce hit his head last time.
And once upon a time I feel like you were in a similar spot in the middle in your tribe.
Wait, what? No, I don't know which way is best to go. I think that at least as somebody who was really good at playing the middle, I feel like you kind of got to feel it out. You got to just, there's no need to rush it, right? Like, they're not going to tribal. They are in a very strong tribe at this point, it looks like. Just feel it out, and when the last-minute scramble is always important.
And to that as well, I feel like it's so easy on Survivor, especially in the beginning where you're trying to figure out your place in your tribe, who you like, who you don't. It's so easy to get in an alliance in a group and then assign the people not in that group as the enemy and be like, this is my alliance, this is who I'm with, and those are the people that I'm not with. And I love that Kelly and Brando are specifically fighting that desire, right? They feel solid in their group, like with the women, but they're like, we are going to put in the effort to make relationships with Jake and with Bruce because you need to be flexible, you need to have options. So I love that they're positioning themselves so well and not just falling into this, it's like the girls and this is what's gonna work and Bruce and Jake are on the outside. Yeah.
No need to pick sides right now, but also
I agree with
Team
that.
Kelly.
Wow.
Wow.
The shirt? Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
I had a smile on my face and this T-shirt behind my back.
Yes. Wow, does everybody from Survivor 45 have merch?
Say that again?
Does everybody from Survivor 45 have merch?
They
not?
do.
They
And
don't have pillows.
go shopping because their merch is wonderful.
Yeah, where was all the Survivor 43 merch?
There was a Survivor 43?
What
tell
merch,
Jeff.
What merch would you have had, Jesse?
A pillow and
Yeah.
a blanket. Carson beat me.
Karla, what about you?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes?
a vibrator?
Yes. What would it be called?
I don't know what it'd be called, but that would have been amazing.
The joy? Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is related, and I need to talk about it. Does anybody's? I'm sorry.
Hey, is it Kendra?
Yes! I've never had such a visceral reaction to anything I've seen on a TV show than when Kendra fell off that balance.
Oh my God.
My legs snapped shut. Oh my God, that
Yes.
was horrible.
Yes.
Horrible.
Yes.
Are they gonna show us more next time? Like, she's gonna be like, just look, like it's really bad.
I wanted Jeff to be like, can we get
took a
medical
turn. We
to
took a
look
turn.
at Kendra's crotch? Like, is she okay?
Bring us back, Rob. Come on. We took a turn there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So on that note, all right, I got to bring some more people up, and I'm out of chairs. Okay. So,
They can stay here.
okay. All right. So let me bring up two guys that we got to party with last night. Of course, they go on tour around all of North America. Please welcome in the great Bryce and Wendell. Yes. Wait, baby boy. Yeah.
I love you.
All right. Yeah, come on in.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sitting next to Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't sit next to me. I don't want to at all.
I mean,
Okay, I'll walk off.
Yeah.
But before I go, I just have to give a quick shout out to Sabaya. I really wanted to talk about this. There was this
all right, sit down.
Have a seat. Sit my ass down. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say this though. When you feel power, right?
Yeah.
And I saw Sabaya's like demeanor change because when you're like doubting yourself or not, when you have control, that I saw that smile, and I just want to notice it. I want to shout it out, and I want to support.
Yes.
Because
And
that's
you know
beautiful.
how Sabaya is feeling it? Wendell, she had the toothpick.
She had the toothpick. Yeah, shout out to the toothpick.
The toothpick.
But it's scary to have power too early in the game also. A taste of power early is sometimes, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Baby boy.
Hello.
What?
What's poppin'?
Yeah. What do you think about these supersized Survivor episodes?
I love them. Honestly, truly, I love them. But I feel like we've been talking about a lot, right, up here. But I feel like we need to talk about the challenge.
The challenge.
Challenge real quick, and not the USA. I'm talking
Yeah.
about Survivor Challenge, okay? Because I thought I loved D already, but when she got on that balance beam, I said, "What's in them pants?"
And her strong toe held on to the balance.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
toe.
Yeah.
Show me your toe, okay?
Okay. So we got
Not for free.
And again, this is the kind of stuff we're not getting this in a 60-minute episode. Everything
Never.
about Dee's toe, okay? All right. So we found out that Dee has an incredibly long
Strong.
appendage.
It's a strong toe.
Long and strong.
Robert.
She picked up that weave.
Robert. I mean, I know this is the biggest crowd ever. It goes far.
That she has a toe that is very, very long. It's like a thumb, and it could pinch you.
thumb.
Yeah.
They say a toe is a toe. I don't know if you know.
It seemed like her toe was like an inch further than the other toes, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Am I right?
She has like a superpower.
Yeah, is this like an evolutionary advantage? She's progressed to the next level,
Well, she
and we're all
said,
back here.
Wait until you see me in these balance challenges. They gave her a balance beam, and she aced it.
I'm the balance beam, D. Okay. I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Bryce and Izyah, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Brice, she came out here and was ready to show off the superpower. She said, "Hey, take my sock off. Look at this."
Listen, don't put it on the door, take it off. But no, but also,
And, yeah.
during the challenge, we also just have to give credit because I feel like Austin in the air, I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was giving Zaddy 2025.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you all agree? Oh, okay, all right. I'm not
But-
sure. I'm so
Can I
okay.
just say that going back to the D's toe, okay? I
yes.
just feel like
Toe.
I'm wondering, like, is Survivor like pulling out all the stops here of like, is this going to like on the foot dark web? Like, is this is it bringing a lot of the new audience?
Survivor said we lost a lot of money lighting up the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
We need to make it back.
Listen, look.
No, it's
some
all
people
new
are
thing.
selling pillows. You can sell feet pics at this point.
Yeah.
There's a market.
I took a screenshot. Okay.
I love the toe because that's one of those moments. I'm sorry. Were
Yeah.
we supposed to move on? I just have to say, that's one of those moments where, like, they're laying in the shelter, they're talking about her toe. You never think that's going to be on the show.
Right.
You
Yeah.
never. And for Dee to get to watch that and be like, oh, okay, we're rolling with it. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that she's probably going to be good at other challenges because of this long toe. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, really,
Get it.
she shouldn't have told people because now they know
Yeah.
she
She shouldn't
has
have
an
told.
unfair
Yeah.
advantage.
If we get that one where they have to like,
Yes.
forget it. It's over. When she has to go get the flag at the end.
Sorry, Robert.
Forget it. It's over.
Sorry. A lot happened.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. What did you make about in this episode, Caleb trying to bring Emily back into the fold?
I think that was a great political move. I was very impressed with Caleb. I think he's playing a good game. And yeah, great political move. You don't want to alienate anyone out there. And and it worked. I mean, they're working together, and we'll see how far it goes.
So I didn't hear it. Caleb was working with who?
Emily,
Who?
one of my favorite players, Emily.
No. You know it's Emily. Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
You know, all right, so Brice, that we talked about this when we did It's a Look, but that when Emily went through casting, they told her, oh my God, your test scores are the same exact personality type as Chaos Cass. And then we've seen it play out. And guess who else was on the wrong side? Like things didn't go the way of the first vote and then got their way in the second episode?
Tell me more.
Yeah. So do you see it?
Oh, absolutely. I see it from the get-go. And again, Chaos Cass has played how many times? And how far has she made it? Something I can't talk to because I don't know how you. Ding!
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, do you see any differences between Emily and Cass?
I see a lot. I feel like, Emily's a little younger. But when I see Emily, I feel like it just takes me to work, right? Like, I wish when I'm responding to my emails at work, I wish I had a little Emily, because I feel like, when my supervisor is like, hey, did you get this? I feel like Emily be like, per our last email, what I said was, I'ma get it to you when I get it to you. Thank you, Emily. Like, that's what I see from Emily. She's truly a star.
She is. She's on top of her stuff. I love when she's having that emotional moment and she goes, "Oh, the tide's coming out." Like she's like, "We got to make a note of this right now."
Referring back to the last email that we had. Okay.
Do you think that tribe can turn things around, Wendell?
Well, does anyone in the audience think that tribe can turn things around?
Yes.
I don't know, because I feel like that the 4 people that are there are not bad, where it's like, okay, well, if Brandon was holding them back in the challenges, now it's their 4 against another 4. Like, I don't think that's crazy to think that they can win now.
I'm looking at the other tribes, and I think that they're pretty strong. And so, as much as I want to root for the yellow tribe.
It's yellow strong.
Okay, yellow strong.
Look at what happened with Vessi. Vessi was pretty down for so long, and then Baca and Coco just faltered.
You can get complacent when you're winning. You're expecting it. And then the next thing you know, these people who feel like they're the underdogs and have this fighter spirit could come back. I think they can.
So last season with the Tika 3, they were the minority coming into past the merge, right?
Right.
So I'm saying something like that could happen for sure. I just don't know how confident I am in this tribe winning too much.
Well, I also feel like the yellow tribe has Sean. Right, and I don't feel like we've heard enough about him. And I feel like if you watch his preseason interview, like I watched his preseason interview, I feel like Sean gonna be cutthroat, and he's watching, and I feel like he's playing the middle so much that I feel like I can't wait until he.
We've seen it a little bit.
I mean, just a little bit.
It's starting to happen.
Just a little bit. We ain't see all his toes. We just saw the pink.
Yeah. And, Franny, and they didn't see your season where the Tika 3 did go on to do what they did. And so, you could see a few people could come out of this group and could also get slept on at the merge.
Absolutely. They're not attuned to it. And players are so influenced by what they watch right before they go on. And so I think that it's makes a huge difference that they have not seen that.
Can we talk a little bit about, so there was a really interesting moment at the trial. By the way, I thought the tribal council was great. I try to give praise when they do something good. And I felt like that this was a really good tribal council. And it wasn't tell us, if you were in the box of crayons, what color are you right now? They got into, and Jeff told some backstory. But do you feel like that this was an essential part of the Jeff Probst origin story? The Jeff Probst wanted to be on the basketball team, and then they said, no, you don't make the cut, but you can live vicariously through the success of all these great athletes.
Jeff has waited 45 seasons to tell that. And you saw it in his eyes. He was like, it's coming. It's time. He was so psyched to tell that story.
While we were watching the episode, Wendell was like, well, at least he got to do the water. Wendell had to get the towels. You were the towel boy, right?
I'm a hooper. First of all, I'm a hooper.
Towels.
I was wondering if that's a true story from Jeff, though. I'm like, was he really a water boy?
Do you think he made that up? Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't
think it's really
so.
the water boy?
Oh, I can see it.
I think he made it
original
up.
Bobby Boucher. That was some good quality H2O.
I guess so.
The H2O.
Yeah. Bruce is like, I get those references.
Can we talk about Bruce real quick? Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. You thought Beyonce was on the Renaissance tour, okay? Bruce is on the Fiji World Tour. When he got on that boat and said, hit her with the, I said, ah!
Can you show us that again, Bryce?
He said, hit her with the, I said, oh. And I just knew when Bruce, first of all, shout out to Brucey wherever he is.
Wherever he is.
Uncle Dad, okay? Because he like, I'm the cool uncle. But he got to that decision. He said, well, the logical thing is if I have a family, I can't take the risk because I got to get back at home, so I'm not going to play it at all. I said, oh, okay. Bruce ain't going to play the risk. But he said, hey, Uncle Bruce. I just said that, but... But just shout out to Bruce.
Shout out to Bruce, wherever you are, my man.
Yes.
Doing great. Okay. All right. I got to get to another guest here. So, all right. I'm going to need to give a big hand to, please welcome from Survivor 42, Mike Turner is here. Mike, how are you?
What is
Thank you,
up?
Big
Give it up for
dog.
Mike Turner.
Was that a good episode or what?
Yes. Yes, Mike, so nice to have you here. How are you doing?
Life is good, man. It's on the other side of Survivor, life is really good. I'm having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm on the back nine, and the back nine's doing good.
Nice. Mike, so the Beware Advantage is back. And so what do you think about these new Beware Advantages that are very complicated?
I gotta tell you, I like it a lot. It's better than saying dumb phrases that you have no idea how you can fit them in. At least you get to work with these new Beware Advantage by trying to figure something out on your own. And you know, with the Beware Advantage, we get a lot of slack. I get a lot of slack saying, why'd you tell people? Why'd you tell people? Well, you know, you have a tribe of 6, and you lose your vote, and you have an alliance, and if the first time they find out you lost your vote out of the tribal because you didn't tell them,
Wait, hold on. Tiffany Celia's here. Tiffany.
We are at a reunion show, and none of these fools are stuffing their face with pizza like we had to, so
No, wait, what?
we're gonna eat.
No, there's no pizza.
You can sit down
There's
because
no pizza on the
Probst is the
podcast.
water boy, but I'm season 41, and now I'm a pizza girl, so...
This is
that
not the
a merge
reunion
piece?
show, Tiffany.
Do you all hear me? Because my voice is very low, so I just want to make sure you hear me. Just so you know, I'm going to walk across the stage for a minute. I really want to sing, but I suck. Just so you know, I was told about, 4 hours ago that I was going to be delivering pizza instead of sitting on the panel. It was like, hey, we have a really good idea for I was like, oh, God, what? They're like, you're going to deliver pizza. I was like, oh, that's a really good job because, you know, the reunion show, they gave pizza. So just so you know, I thought maybe I'd be sitting on the panel, but clearly I'm not, which is fine.
You can have this chair, Tiffany.
Because no, it's good. I like to stand here with this 150-pound pizza on my left arm. But the point was, oh no, I got in trouble.
Oh, you better be careful my big toe.
Tiffany, come sit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, you told that. Oh, that was that.
Come-
Are there
come
any
sit
children
down.
in the audience before I get extremely inappropriate? No children.
Is
cool.
this a merge feast? Can just we
This is
clarify
no.
this?
Just the merch feast.
Does this not work? Because this is annoying me. I can't.
All I know is
Yeah.
the last reunion pizza I had was not...
Hello. Oh my God, I'm loving this. I don't know what he just said, but this is fantastic. This mic is so much better. I can hear myself fantastically. I'm just telling you. So I'm not even finished with my story, by the way. So, wait, hold on. I need to. Look at that muscle. Okay, so here's the thing. Since I was told so late that I was going to be delivering pizza, because I teach adult ed at night. You should clap for that. So I teach English language learners, right, to speak English. Oh. You're going to freaking eat. You're an animal, you know that? You really are a fucking animal.
Mike, this is frowned upon.
Okay, so what I was going to say was if I knew I was going to be standing in front of I don't know how many people, I probably would have worn the underwear that doesn't show the lines because this one does. So thanks, Rob. Yeah, I just wanted to let them know that I know that you can see my underwear because everybody looks at shit like that and they act like they don't. But I know there's some of you out there like, oh my God, she has underwear lens. And also,
Tell the
she's
truth.
a
Was
lot
anybody
thinner.
looking? Come on.
Right? Okay.
Give it up if you were looking.
They totally were. They totally were.
Here,
Okay,
sit down,
so
sit down.
Oh, you want me to sit?
Yes.
All right, sure. Why am I sitting? This is your spot.
Yeah, I'm giving up my spot.
Okay,
for
I'm
you.
not done
That's it.
talking.
Yeah.
One more thing. Where's Kendra?
I think she's
Kendra.
at her house. Yeah. Yes.
Balance beam. You fucking took my spotlight, man. It was bad. It was bad, but my vagina died out there. So I'm pretty sure
don't know.
that we can sit Shiva for both of ours tonight.
I don't know.
Just saying. You're welcome for that inappropriateness. You know when I come up here, you're in big trouble.
in trouble.
Yeah.
In trouble.
Okay. I'm done now. Those are my wonderful
You want
words
some
of wisdom.
pizza?
No, I'm not going to eat in front of a million people like I already did. That's a,
By the way, everybody,
enough.
Tiffany is like this all the time. All the time.
Mike's no better, but whatever. He plays like he's like much better than me, but
Yeah.
whatever. He final three, whatever.
Mike, I want to ask you about the Beware Advantage.
Oh my.
You might as well ask Tiffany. She's going to answer my question anyway.
Yeah.
What was your question?
What's my question?
So I wanted to ask you about, okay, so this wasn't the Beware Advantage. This was the advantage that Drew got when he came back and told everybody, hey, I have the safety without power advantage. Did you like that he told everybody what he got?
No. I actually think you should keep everything a secret until you have to tell people. Remember, your secret is best kept to yourself. If you tell one person out there, you think they're going to keep it a secret. But before long, everybody knows about it. And quite frankly, it's a disadvantage. Believe me.
Tiffany?
That was so fucking deep. I don't even know. I don't know where to go with that. Are you saying that when you tell somebody a secret, that's a bad idea because it gets to somebody else? Because you said a lot of words there, and I'm pretty sure all you said was, don't say a secret because it gets around like wildfire. It's kind of like telephone. Just...
I'll tell you a secret
That
later.
was... Mike and I have 3 brain cells that we rub together every once in a while. And sometimes we come up with really good shit, and we're like, we should podcast on this. This is hysterical. And then we're like, did you eat this morning yet, Mike? Because I'm hungry, and I think we're
Tiff,
not
tell them the
really-
Pooh story.
What?
Tell them the Pooh story.
The what story?
Pooh, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, you were talking about IQs and stuff, and Mike's like, oh my God, my IQ was like Tigger's. And I was like, wow, mine was like Eeyore's. And then you have like Franny and all these brilliant people, and I'm like, I went to SUNY Cortland. Not that that's bad, but like I'm on a tribe, and they're like, oh yeah, I go to Harvard. I'm like, SUNY Cortland. I'm a teacher. Thank you very much.
Shout out to SUNY.
Shout out to SUNY. But anyway, yes, that has no bearing on anything. Mike's just being Mike. It means nothing.
So safety without power.
Safety
I
without
actually
power.
liked what Drew did because I feel like if you're gonna tell anybody that you have something, like tell them that you have like the worst advantage ever, which is safety without power. Because I mean, really, it's like was somebody gonna steal that with knowledge is power?
Well, I mean, no.
Yeah, Franny, what do you
Could
think?
you?
Sorry, I'm deep in this pizza.
I know, I'm watching
That's
you.
why it's frowned upon.
Yeah, safety without power is an interesting one. I think that of all the like types of advantages, that's actually a really interesting one to give to somebody else, especially if other people don't know that you have given them this advantage. Because like, I feel like safety without power kind of makes people angry at you because you just get to say like, peace out. And so if you have that advantage, you don't feel like you need to use it. You give it to somebody else. Now, not only are you maybe protecting somebody who you want to stay, but all the heat's going back on them. You know, that person is getting yelled at for not voting, and you get to be like, whoa, they had that advantage? I had no idea.
I thought that was a really interesting idea from Drew that, hey, if one of us needs it, like we could share this. Any of you can have it because Wendell, we saw in Winners at War, Jeremy used it and everybody was mad at him. And they like wanted to vote him out, right? Like, why, Jeremy? Why'd you leave? We were trying to vote you out.
Yeah, is this one on? Is this on now?
We can hear
See,
you.
I don't feel like it is. And just for the record, you asked me a question. I wasn't even here for the first 45 minutes of the show, so I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. But anyway, hold, please. You need this.
Thank you.
That's awful.
Sorry.
Here, give me that.
I think in Winners at War that season.
Just
This
checking.
one's on?
This one's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, I think
gonna-
watch
Stop cutting Wendell's mic on the booth.
Sorry.
What's up with that?
Is this? You want this one? Wendell, you want this?
You know what? Testing,
Who was the
testing.
first merge boot and winners at War though? Because I don't really, I can't remember. I don't know. I be trying.
I made the merge 2 times, Bryce Izyah.
But after tonight, I think we've seen that sometimes the real legends are the pre-boots, okay? Shout out to Brandon, all right?
Bryce, here's your merge feast.
Thank you, though. I'm going to take it, though.
As far as Jeremy, yeah, I think I guess I was on the edge at that time. But
You were.
It kind of,
That wasn't me. That was you.
Yeah, my mic was really hot there.
I think it looked kind of weak with Jeremy leaving. Yeah, that's my guy, but you know, as an outside.
He has a big toe too, right?
Yeah, his toes are something crazy, yo.
Whoa.
There's no innuendo there, Bryce.
A big, I mean.
Okay, well, in the challenge where we had to hold the where we had to hold the pole.
Oh, tell
okay,
us more.
I get it. In that challenge, his toes were like really holding on.
Oh, wrapping around?
Yes, D would be great at it. D's toe would go all the way around.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Okay, she could grip it. But real quick, Robert, can we talk about the unsung hero of this episode?
Who?
Or I really feel like that I need for my dating apps, right? I feel like J. Maya, the way she was reading that algorithm.
Yes.
Girl, can you read my love life algorithm? Find me a man. She was like 2, 3, he right here. He in the 3rd row back there. Hello, okay? J. Maya, call me. We need to figure that out. But I was like, how you reading that? I was looking at it like.
Did
It's
you
amazing.
decipher it?
I think she did. She said his name was Tony.
Okay.
Lacos?
All right.
You need this one?
Yeah. All right. So we may need to clear the deck here. I got one more grouping that we got to bring up.
I think
okay?
I'll clear myself.
All right. We're gonna bring up.
I'm gonna clear.
We're gonna bring up a group. Okay. Let's start. Let's hear from the new generation of Survivor players. Okay. Let's hear from. We've got Dwight, Janine, and Maddie.
I'm gonna give that. You want me to give this up? Because you know how I love to.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna give them this.
Okay.
So you can sit.
All right. Thank you for the delivery.
Did you like the delivery?
Yes.
But I
All
didn't
right.
get pizza. I'm eating pizza. No, are you crazy?
I'm happy to stand.
No, I'm leaving. I'm having pizza. I don't know about the rest
Yes. Okay.
No.
All right.
Took my pizza.
Dwight, Janine, how are you?
Hey, I have a question. Why are we the new generation if 40...
We're all new. We're all new.
Okay, all part
yeah.
of the...
No.
All 43, 44s.
New. Not as new, kind of old. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I wanted to talk with you all about. So we saw Bruce, that he's Uncle Bruce, but Katurah is feeling a little bit like she's getting tired of Dad Bruce. I wanted to see from you all, how do you feel like Dad Bruce is doing?
May I speak?
Yes.
How many days are we into the game?
5.
12 on Ponderosa with Bruce. 12.
Yes. Did you see the robot?
I've seen it all. I've seen Beyond the Robot. There's more to come.
I mean, it seems like Katurah said, everyone else is eating it up right now. So Katurah seems to be reading like, okay, Bruce is gathering everyone else, like the charisma's off the charts, and everyone else is eating up. So it's like, while Katurah is seeing this, the others aren't. So if she warns them, like, hey, Bruce is, has the charm you guys are all falling in love with it might put a target on Katurah's back if they're all falling for this act in reality. So it's interesting if she chooses to, press against Bruce at some point and be like, maybe we should get him out, or if she kind of lays back and like lets him get the attention, lets him, charm everybody on the tribe.
Janine, how do you think he's doing?
I think he's doing great. I don't think I've ever laughed so much in a 5-second clip than when he was dancing on the boat. That being said, my favorite scene, and I have a question, actually. I'm curious as to what your thoughts are on this. My favorite scene from this episode was when they're having to decide who is going to go on this journey, and the one clip, Brandon's like, okay, I'm gonna go, and Emily's like, well, it'd be really great, and they're like, I'm gonna grab my shoes. What if Emily were to just have made a run for it and like ran into the boat? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if she just got in the boat? Like, who's
Who's gonna stop her? Yeah, she's just going.
She beat him to it. Like, she's in the thing.
Like, what
The man's gotta take her.
I mean, you all would know. Does it have to be a unanimous decision, or is it like first one to get in the
Well,
boat?
it really wasn't unanimous in this case. She didn't want that to happen. Yeah.
Like, I guess majority rules, and if she gets on the
Then
boat,
I thought it was a majority. Yeah. So.
if she gets on the boat, is anyone going to be bold enough to say, get off? You know, we're gonna
Right.
put them-
Or like, would Bruce like push her off? Or sorry, would Brandon push her off? Like, that's not gonna happen, you know? Man over deck.
Yeah, that would be so great to see.
Yeah. That would be the layer of drama that I think I'm needing from the next season of Survivor.
Yeah, that would be great. What'd you think about Brando wearing the buff?
Rob,
Iconic.
I am a witch.
Yes.
Did anyone listen to me and Rob on Monday?
Yep.
Rob, unbutton the shirt. Let's see. You hold up your end of the deal?
What do you want?
I want you in a buff top.
I don't. Does anybody even have a buff? It's not even.
Who has a buff?
Get the man a ball!
Ah, I'm like Drake.
Rob, please.
Okay.
You can go backstage. We'll hold it.
Yeah, we'll hold it down.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
We got it.
Take your time.
He's got an undershirt on. He's a never nude.
Everyone say thank you, Maddie.
New one.
Ow, ow! Woo, woo, woo!
That one's for you, Jenna and Heidi. Get naked on a snack. What do I do now? I'm stuck like this.
This did not go how I expected.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Okay. I don't know.
But you look great.
You look amazing.
I don't know if this is a flattering look. Okay. Yeah.
You look great, Rob.
It's just one item of clothing that never goes out of style. It's the buff, you know? For how
Yeah.
many years?
And it's indestructible. That's what we learned last week and tonight.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring up a new topic of conversation. One thing when I was watching the episode, and my heart sank when I saw Emily give Sabaya the shot in the dark. As someone who has been a victim of giving someone something in
Yes.
Survivor.
Is she going to get it back? Yeah.
We're joint victims here.
That's fair. That's a fair question.
Okay. We're both of us, especially if you felt the same way. But when I saw Emily giving Sabaya the shot in the dark, I was like, oh no, you're doomed. She's gonna take that. You're going home.
But like, okay, but it's not like she can use it.
I mean, we don't know. Like, did they say for sure? Like, if,
I don't know.
if
Sabaya goes up there and she's like, I got two of these. Can I just,
I mean, like,
keep going.
the thing about, I think I talked about it last time when we had a Know-It-Alls podcast, but with each Survivor season, you have set a new precedent in a way. Like 44, that journey
Yeah.
we talked about, the journey was nothing, I think, in that episode. And now this one, you have this precedent of giving a shot in the dark, and we don't know if it would be allowed to be played by Sabaya if, she voted Emily out, which I was really intrigued to see if it happened. But, in the future, maybe we see shot in the darks being used as currency a bit more now that this has happened.
We're seeing shot in the dark used in so many interesting ways. I mean, like on 44 with, like Matthew using it to not.
Boo!
Okay, yeah. Maddie's favorite player, Matthew. But I think it's interesting that people are realizing, like, okay, the shot in the dark thing is like not so wonderful. It doesn't give you a super great chance. Maybe I can do something else with it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like Emily giving her shot in the dark to Sabaya because what's so great about Survivor and just watching the show tonight, I was like, this show fucking rocks, is that you're always on the brink of disaster or like heaven. It's like if that works, then Emily's in, and if it fails, then Emily's fucking gone. And that's what's so great about it. So good on you, Emily.
Well, it's also, I feel like it's wonderfully creative. Like,
Yeah.
she feels like she has nothing. She's looked for the idol. She hasn't found it. You just have to look in your bag and think, what the heck can I do with what I have? And she does something with it.
And it's like she could play it, right? She could take the 1 in 6 shot, but this is like where, she works in investments. And she's like, okay, well, what's more likely to work? The 1 in 6 chance that I play the shot in the dark, or whatever odds that this helps like pull people, hey, you can trust me. Like, here's the thing. Like, I think it was a really smart play. I really like that.
I also think, like, beyond the actual numeric statistics of that, it's just like the idea of, oh, I'm gonna do something with what I have. Like, it's the feeling like you have agency and power, and for her to say, yeah, it's probably even less likely that the shot in dark would work, but I am also actively choosing to use this and leverage it in a way that I feel like at least gives me like the result. I was the author of the result, you know?
It's offensive as opposed to defensive.
Yes,
like
yeah.
you're setting yourself up for the potential of something good as opposed to just defending against the near certainty of something bad. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I agree. I think there's like two kinds of survivor players. There's an offensive survivor player and a defensive survivor player. And in life, there's two kinds of people. There's a kind of normal people and people who lie about being a water boy.
You can do it. Okay. All right. Franny, was there anything that we missed from this 90-minute Survivor episode?
I feel like there's so much we haven't talked about. I feel like we haven't talked much about the Reba tribe yet.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Reba tribe?
Let's talk about them. They're fun.
They're stacked. They're wonderful. They seem really great.
They're hot.
We're starting to see a dynamic to the tribe with Julie creating like a 4-person alliance, right? It was Julie, Drew,
yeah.
Austin and
D.
Right. So I'm interested to see where that goes going forward. I know in the premiere we had Sifu looking out for the idol that might have put him on the out somehow, and I really like J. Maya going at the board immediately, trying to figure out the clues. Like it looks like weird symbols when the top half of the letters and the bottom half is really what, you can kind of figure it out from the bottom half alone, but the top half is just gibberish. So I'm impressed you looked at it for that long because I would have lost my mind. Mm-hmm. What am I looking at? What's being thrown at me?
I love that she did that. I would have looked at that and been like, cool pattern. Like, I never would have thought to do something
design.
with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're starting to run out of time here tonight, so we got to start to wrap things up. Anything else that you all want to talk about from this episode? Maddie?
Can we get another round of applause for the number 1 17th place of the new era, Brandon Donlin?
Yeah. Wherever he is tonight, hope he knows there was a room full of people cheering for him. All right. Let's bring everybody back. Come on up one more time. Thank you. Thanks, man. Yeah, give it up for everybody that was here tonight. What a great panel. This was a super fun live show. Franny, thank you for doing such a great job here.
Thank you.
Wasn't Franny great? We've got a lot more podcasts coming your way. I know there was still a lot to talk about from this episode. That's what the other podcasts are for. Of course, check out, Shannon and Marianne filled in on the Know-It-Alls tonight. Did a great job, so listen to that one. I'll have an exit interview coming up on Thursday with Brandon, so we'll hear whatever he thinks about all this. And then we've got everything else coming up. Make sure you subscribe to our Survivor podcast feed for all of the shows. Thank you so much, everybody, from New York City. Good night.
Stay where they are. So hey, guys, if you could just stay where you are, we're going to take a picture with everybody here. So, here.